Hey guys, I'm back with my Secret Not Secret Kit Club kit, and this is all I have left, plus that one special sheet of paper that is going to be used on a layout in a little bit. So I'm going to be using this bit of paper from the Capture Life collection. It's the black and white Capture Life collection. And I'm pulling in this sheet of orange paper from Fancy Pants Designs. And I'm pulling this bright orange color, which really wasn't prominent in my kit, because I'm scrapbooking these two photos. And this is the recycling and the Disney trash can. And guys, in case you didn't know, I kind of have a thing for Disney trash cans. I have the Disney salt and pepper shakers. I believe I have all of them that have come out, except for some pass holder ones that have come out when I'm not a pass holder right now. But I have tons of pictures of Disney trash cans. I even have an emblem off of an actual Disney trash can, and I did not steal it off of there. I purchased it from the internet, and I doubt somebody stole it off of there. A lot of times, like, old theme park stuff gets sold online. Anyway, that's a whole lot of stuff to say. I am going to have an entire album of Disney trash cans, and this is going to be the first page, so let's see what I can do with it.
So here I am just using up these little papers that I have left. I also pulled this green sheet from my stash, and it's not really a paper, it's kind of a fabric. There was some company years ago, guys, that sold 12 by 12 fabric swatches, and I don't remember who made it, but it's been in my stash for a while, that little scrap. So I'm just using some evergreen bow to ink the edges of that gray paper there, because it's gray and it's a neutral, and I want to zhuzh it up a little bit. So then I just layer my photos on there, and then realize I have not put the doily underneath yet, so I make that happen. Now here's where I make a mistake. I think, oh, I'm not going to need that. I'm just going to cut the doily and peek it through the top. Well, then I realize that I don't want it underneath of the gray. I want it underneath of the green and the photo, and you can see the little bit of edge there. So I just go ahead and put the doily back together underneath of the photo, and there you go. Now when you're looking at this in the album, I'm sure you're not even going to be able to see it. And this little baggie had some of the goodies in it, and I just decide to put it over here instead of the banner element that is on the sketch that I'm following. I actually don't think I even said in the beginning that I was using a sketch, because I was so worried about telling you about my love of the Disney trash can. But this sketch was made by Heather of Heather's Crafty Life, and she made it for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club Scrappy Party the weekend of October 20th. So that is what I'm doing. I'm following her sketch for this. And as I am laying down my layers and getting things done, I'm realizing, oops, that sketch had a whole big section underneath of all those layers that I completely forgot about. So I pull out a scrap of cardstock, and it's in a blue color, and I just pop it underneath of the layers, and I've inked the edges on this one as well. And then I realized that I didn't ink the correct edge, and then I trim off a little bit because there is an element up in the upper right side of the page that I'm going to want to use some of that blue color for as well. Now on the edge of this blue cardstock that I have, on the sketch it's scalloped, but I'm not going to do a scallop because I feel like my doily has a scallop on it, and in the sketch it was just a circle. So I'm kind of just switching where my scallop goes. So I'm looking for something to put down the side of that blue paper. and I go to the washi tape book because this thing has been awesome the entire time I've been using this kit. Most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, I do what I'm doing now and put that washi tape on a strip of white paper and cut it out just so that it's not so translucent. It really is. Like, you can see right through these guys. So that white paper underneath just allows the color of the washi tape to actually be seen. But instead of finding something for the edge of that blue paper, what do? I find something to just add to the bottom of the layers right there. And I decided that that little pink part needed a little bit of extra definition, so I just used my distress ink that I already had out and inked it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this little plaid bit, and that is going to be the edge of my blue paper. And I'm going to ink this up as well, just to give it, so gray is a neutral, guys, right? But gray can be blue gray, green gray, yellow gray. Like, gray has tinges of colors. And I wanted this gray to take on a tinge of like the green blue family, like that kind of area. Now this top little piece is going to give me a fit, and then right when I discover that I have it pretty even and where I want it, I realize that the plaid does not match, meaning that the pattern doesn't look like it's one cohesive part all the way down the page. So this is where I have to flip it over, ink the other side, and slap it down on that paper. Alright, and that's good and stuck down. And then I realized that there needed to be a little bit more adhesive here, so just pop that down as well. And man, I am slamming that ATG gun down because look at that shake every time I do that. I need to stop that. So I add this die cut, and I'm thinking maybe up at the top, and then I go, nope, it's going to layer over top of this bag here. And that little green star came in the die cut, not the die cut, the thicker sheet. So I'm just going to pop that guy over there as well. And then this little canvas tag also came in my kit. And I'm not going to write on it. Like, I've known the whole time that I've had the little canvas tag that I'm not actually going to write on it. I had a vision of it kind of like peeking out the left of a photo so you could still see the lines, but that's not the direction I went with this page. And it just needs a little bit more adhesive, and I really have got to be a little bit gentler with my ATG. Goodness. Alright, so we're just putting some twine in there for the tag, and it's a little bit long, and I think right before the end is when I decide to change it up. So I just straighten up the cut on that plaid paper, cut off a little bit of the blue cardstock as well, and just go ahead and give the edges a little bit of an ink. And I'm going to layer them up on top of each other. Just like so. And then put that on top of the page as well. And I know I want to use this pink ampersand. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to go. I wasn't even exactly sure what my title was at this point. And I'm like thinking about this hard. And eventually I just decide to stick it down here in between the recycle and the trash can. And that's for two reasons. One is in the sketch there was an element right there that overlapped the photo, and two, I decided that recycling and trash can worked for me. So I pull out some more of that twine, and I'm just going to give it a little curly cue and staple it with my tiny attacher. And as soon as I get the curly cue and went to staple it, it kind of flicked it on me. So it takes me a good 30 seconds to get that guy back on there. So I'm happy about that. And then instead of stapling my little loop-de-loops, I am actually going to use my dot runner. and that's a Scotch dot runner, and I had bought a whole bunch of refills when they went on clearance at Target, and then came home on Amazon and bought the actual runner itself, and I'm completely happy with it. Now these are some thickers. Couldn't tell you who they are. Actually, I probably could if I went into the thickers. So I got these in a kit. Was it a kit, or I had ordered something and these came with them, and then I ended up getting 2 more packs of these exact thickers, and I'm like, dang, I'm never going to die out of these guys. So I just decided to write Toy Story, because these are the trash cans outside of Toy Story Midway Mania, and that will actually reflect in the journaling that's going to go on the page. And then I went to my embellishments and I pulled out these little word chipboards, or chipboard words. I don't know why I just reversed that. That was crazy. From Freckled Fawn. And I'm just going to put those on the page. And because they are chipboard, they don't like to stick after a while. So I just go ahead and add a little bit of ATG down there. And then I'm going to grab some embellishments out of my stash and add some little puffy hearts. Yep, something almost went up there. There we go. So I decide what I'm going to do is finish off these fancy pants, flat, puffy circle things. And I do, and throw away the paper that they were on. And I'm like, hooray. And I think I'm going to write "at the studios" here as like a subtitle. And I am looking around, and I was originally going to use that teal color, but I didn't have enough S's. So I decide to use this gray color, and quickly realize that "at the" is not going to fit on that little place. So I take the A and shove it back, and then I'm just going to put "studios" down here underneath of that little piece of gray paper and the heart. And I just want it to nestle, and it's gonna fit great. Like it's not going to be too short or too long. The word "studios" just fits great right there in this little space. And then I'm going to handwrite "at the" on that gray paper next to the blue heart. And this is where I realized that my twine is just a little bit too long, so I trim that off. Oops, got to fix the letters a little bit. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling, and I'm just telling where the trash cans are and that we love the ride that they're outside of. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Check out the link below if you're interested in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and I'll catch you next time.